Ani, bonjour. My name is Bob Watts. I'm the chair of the Downie Wenjack Fund. The Indigenous History Month events we planned were about hope, unity, and celebration. But we want first to acknowledge the grief of many Indigenous communities in British Columbia and across Canada. On May 28th, it was made public that 215 children were buried at a former residential school in Kamloops, British Columbia. We stand with the Secwepemc community and all the families and communities of these young children and all of those impacted by residential schools in their grief. Submissions from the guests in this episode were provided before we received this tragic news. And we want to ensure that we're being respectful while considering that these events provide an opportunity for us to connect together through culture and learning while we grieve. With the recent outpouring of grief, many are asking what to do next. What can they do? So we created the 215 Pledge. We encourage all of you to take the pledge and create your own ways to act. Add your name at 215pledge.ca. The spiritual forces released by these 215 spiritual leaders are leading all of us and helping all of us to discover new things about ourselves individually and collectively. Let's work together. Miigwech, Nawabo.
Tanse, hello and welcome. My name is Shayla Olet Stonechild. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm tuning in from the unceded Coast Salish territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people, also known as Vancouver, BC. However, I'm Plains Cree and Métis from Musqueam First Nations Treaty 4 territory. A little bit about me: I'm a yoga instructor. I'm also the TV host of APTN's Red Earth Uncovered, and I'm the founder of the nonprofit and the podcast called The Matriarch Movement, which focuses on amplifying Indigenous women's voices and providing wellness workshops to BIPOC women across Canada that focuses on meditation, movement, and medicine. And when I say medicine, I mean reclaiming an Indigenous worldview, which is for everyone. And what I love about the Gord, Downie, and Chanie Wenjack Fund is they're really focused on reconciliation and relationship building. This is how I feel like we will begin to move forward. But first, we have to acknowledge the truth that has happened on our lands and the traditional territories from where we're tuning in from. I'm super excited though, because today's episode will feature an opening from Elder Alroy Baker, music from one of my favorites and one of my friends, DJ Cookum, also Sacred and Arthur Renwick. We also have special guests from Stewart Gonzalez sharing his drumming and his residential school story. And we have Chantel Prontu sharing some words on reconciliation. I feel like the first step for today is honoring the land from where we're tuning in from. And so I invite you to gently close your eyes or bring a soft gaze to the floor in front of you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, side out your mouth. Taking another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, side out your mouth. Bringing your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly, bowing your head into your heart, and taking a moment to acknowledge the traditional territory from wherever you're tuning in from. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, honoring the land, the stories, the history that has led us to this very moment so that we can begin to heal and reimagine a new future together. When you're ready, opening your eyes, coming back to the present moment. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Talk to you soon. Hi.
Thank you for joining the Gord, Downie, and Chanie Wenjack Fund to celebrate National Indigenous History Month.
Our digital events this year carried the themes of hope, unity, and celebration.
We are so grateful to have you join us. DWF is proud to present these events and bring Indigenous and non-Indigenous people together.
And to learn the history of Indigenous people and to share and celebrate Indigenous history, knowledge, and talent.
We carry on this work all year through DWF's programs, including Legacy Schools, Legacy Spaces, and the Artist Ambassador Program, and events such as Secret Path Week and Walk for Wenjack.
Let me also tell you that we are grateful to have you join us. We think that National Indigenous History Month is an opportunity for everyone to learn a little bit more about their country and its deep, deep history.
My Uncle Chanie's story is now being told to over 2,000 schools across Canada. And we are honoring his legacy when we recognize and honor the Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island. Miigwech Gawichushiank, Gapimu Satamang. Thank you for walking this journey with us.
Take care, and I hope you enjoy this month.
To start this presentation, we have a very warm welcome from Elder Alroy Baker. It is so important that we acknowledge our elders, not only for the wisdom and the knowledge and the teachings that they share, but for their experiences that they have gone through to lead them to this very day now. Having been a younger generation, I didn't have to go through what my father, my mother, my grandparents had to go through for me to thrive in today's society. And so acknowledging not only the wisdom and the medicine and the teachings, but also acknowledging our elders' resilience and how they provide the support and the foundation that we need for life. So without further ado, Elder Alroy Baker. Hi.
Hat squad to Noyap, Chikuman Tommy to A squad to Sits, Haha Anak, Nate Quens, Kathampton, Quishamin, Alroy Baker, Quisnas, Nokneo Quens to Saan Ochemel, not Skomish o Ochemel. Greetings to each and every one of you. Thanking the Creator God for this beautiful day. My ancestral name is Kathampton. My English name is Alroy Baker, and I come from the Squamish Nation in North Vancouver. Vancouver, BC is within our territories of the Squamish people. We thank our ancestors for what they have left for us to carry on. Hatstal Tomuk, Tanoyap, Siyam, Natahiek, Aksintis Just wishing each and every one of you a happy Aboriginal Day across Mother Earth. Weshke Lolant, Yatyo Slolam, Tanakla Sakyosiam. I'll be sharing a song from our young chief, Ian Campbell. It's a journey song for each and every one of you as we travel together in life, especially in this pandemic, asking the Creator to wrap His loving arms and healing arms around each and every one of us that are in good health or that may be sick with COVID or any kind of sickness. So with the song, I'm going to be praying for that. Oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, oh, hey, 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 yeah, hey, 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 yeah, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, ka, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, yeah, hey, oh. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, oh, ka, oh, hey, yeah, to I. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, ka, At kun mal shit hat ja jos Tommy up to hot squawans to hot quiz noch neo, the Akquilis, Akshilana Memen. Just once again, praying for a good journey for each and every one of you tomorrow and many years to come.
Hello everybody, my name is Arthur Renwick, or Tsalchanaltsmia is my traditional name in Haisla. That means shiny fish shimmering in the water. I come from the salmon clan, which is under the killer whale clan. Talking to you from Haisla territory in northern BC. This is at the 54th latitude, to give you a sense of where it is. That's parallel to Moosonee in northern Ontario, so you do get a lot of northern light here. And I've been invited by the Downie Wenjack Fund to share a song with you for Indigenous Month. I want to thank you for the invitation to do this. The song that I'm sharing is something that I wrote from my experience of living in Toronto for many years, working as a professional musician, performing in festivals and the bar circuit, if you want to call it that. And it's about how music can be not just a form of escape, but a form of healing. And it's just a little ditty I wrote. But I do want to give a shout out to Mike Downie for his continuing the work of his brother Gord on this really important topic. Residential schools, as you probably know, have had a really major impact on our communities in this country and upon our people, and there's a lot of healing that is continuing to go on. And the Downie Wenjack Fund is a step in the right direction to sort of a recognition of reconciliation through recognition, I guess you could say, of understanding what the impact that these schools have done to us. And just want to thank you for all your hard work on that, and appreciate everything you're doing to make Indigenous concerns be known and shared with the general public. So, without further ado, here's my song. It's called Float Away. Wind pushes back against me, chill seeps deep into my bones. Thinking about an old friend I lost, who I wish I could phone. Never felt so cold and alone as I do today. Just want to close my eyes and float away. There's nothing I would trade for this long, hard life I live. Road-weary stories of love taken and love I give. A roll of the dice, walking blind, headstrong throughout each day. Wanna close my eyes and float away. Threadbare dreams hang off whiskey, beer, and drugs. Gig after gig, playing for free, booze and tips, pass the jug.
I sit and sing your favorite song and watch you sit there sing and sway and close your eyes and float away. You close your eyes and float away. You close your eyes and float away.
We are so glad to have you joining us here today virtually. We are all learning, expanding, and evolving and celebrating in the region of BC. I have been living in Vancouver for the past 8 years, and I have to say that I feel so grateful to be in a place that has the ocean, the mountains, you can go on hikes, you can bike the seawall. You literally have everything you need to feel safe and supported. And I just want to say that acknowledging the truth that has happened within these territories is the first step towards reconciliation and relationship building. And a medicine wheel teaching that I grew up with is that in the center of the medicine wheel is your spirit. It's you, it's yourself. And so you got to work on yourself. You got to reconcile in yourself first. And then on the outside of the medicine wheel is your support system. And then on the outside of that circle of the medicine wheel is your community. And so you first have to work within the center of your medicine wheel, and then maybe your support system, and then the community, and then globally. And so this is how we'll start to create change and create a ripple effect throughout humanity. But the first one is acknowledgement of the truth. And so asking yourself, if you are Indigenous or non-Indigenous, how did your ancestors have an effect on the present moment here today? And acknowledging whatever feelings come up with that, because there are no good or bad feelings, it just is. And so without further ado, I invite you to celebrate Indigenous joy, whether you're Indigenous or non-Indigenous, this week and this month and into the future. Hi.
Gord Downie challenged all Canadians to do something.
Do something to raise awareness.
Do something to educate yourself
and others about the history and lives of Indigenous people.
Do something that improves the relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people.
Reconciliation actions are the answer to Gord's call, recognizing that change starts with each of us.
These can be one big action involving the whole community,
or small actions that help to create daily change, one step at a time.
Took some time to get you here. Looking back, we feel the tears. We remember what we gave. Letting go of all your fears. Thankful for 1,000 years. Courage in our DNA. Courage in our DNA. Shine bright, feel strong. We are giants in our heart. Shine bright, feel strong. We are giants in our Their blood runs
O siem te sequatos chit quamantomi siem and simply on Stewart Gonzalez Wenausten Squallowins Chayap siem te quachnomi up siem squallowins Gord, Downie, Chanie, Wenjack Fund, in Squalowins, Chayap, CM. First of all, my ancestral name is Simplion. My English name is Stewart. It's an honor to participate in the Gord, Downie, Chanie, Wenjack Fund for National Indigenous Month. I'm honored. I'm going to be offering a song this morning. One of our great ancestors, his name was Chief Joe Capilano, Saaplak. He traveled with Chief Charlie from Cowichan, Chief David from Kamloops. They traveled to England and they received an audience with King Edward VII in 1906. So I'm going to offer Hope Hope Chase this morning, and then we'll share some more history. Thank you. Hope Hope Chase, hey ya chaya. Hope Hope Chase, hey ya chaya. Oh, hey hey Chase, hey ya chaya. Hope Hope Chase, hey ya chaya. Hope Hope Chase, hey ya chaya. Oh, hey hey Chase, hey ya chaya. O siem sequitals Chiquamatomi siem to announced in Squalowins Chayap siem. I'm very honored to see each and every one of you. Really honored to offer that song. That song has great significance to us Squamish. Our great ancestor, Chief Joe Capilano, traveled with two other chiefs, one Chief Charlie from Cowichan and Chief David from Kamloops. Honored that they traveled and they received an audience with King Edward VII. They offered that song walking into Buckingham Palace, pleading with the king, we are Stalmuk, we are Gwalmuk, please don't eradicate us. In 1907, our ancestors were dying from communicable diseases. Smallpox, polio, venereal disease, influenza was wreaking havoc on our people. And this is history that I share with our children. Myself, I am a residential school survivor. I'm an Indian day school survivor, so I'm a survivor of two different government policies. And the reason why I continue to share my history is so that our children can learn their culture, our culture. Our children can learn our Squamish, our Squamish language. Our children can learn our songs and dances, because this is who we are as Squamish people. At one time, it was against the law for us to practice our culture, to practice speaking our traditional languages. And it's through funds like Gord, Downie, Chanie, Wenjack Fund that give us the opportunity to share our history, to share our truths, to share everything that we've endured, everything that we persevered. All our ancestors are standing with us, and I share this with our children. I'm a culture worker within our nation of Squamish Nation. I work with our youngest population, our babies, our skakal, our 8-wash, our toddlers, our 3- and 4-year-olds. So it gives me great honor to provide these cultural and language teachings with our children. Our children connect us to our future. Our elders connect us to our history, and that history belongs to each and every one of us and each and every one of you. I am really honored to share this information with you, and with that we say Timat Tequitsi. That's all we have to say.
Hexquen, hello everyone. My artist name is Sacred. My English name is Echo Alec. I am from the Intlakatmak Nation. Today I'm sharing a song and video with you called Resistance, and this is a journey through understanding my own intergenerational trauma and healing. My father is a residential school survivor, and I am a cycle breaker for my 2 young sons. This video was really an opportunity, as I did it through the pandemic, to bring in my communities virtually. So you will see community members wearing orange shirts and raising their fists as a way of both honoring and acknowledging residential school survivors and reclaiming our own strength. I hope that it is educational. I hope that you learn from it and you find some empowerment through it. Kukstem, all my relations.
Provided, though at first we might resist it. Gifted with vision on a mission, reconciliation, peace between our nations, connection to the land and ourselves is the final destination. There's a dark history we hold, the children of our grandparents ripped from their homes, whipped on the wrist for speaking their language, caged in stone structures, forced to pray to the priests who raped them, thrown a colonial name, raised with hatred for the system. Mom and dad were provided fire, water, and the culture faded. Oh, we're lost, but not wandering far. Broken homes, not broken spirits, we are the resistance. Oh, we're lost, but not wandering far. Broken homes, not broken spirits, we are the resistance. Generations of natives lost the language of the land, rebranded and banned our reservations, put poison in our bodies and watch us lose our minds. Many young ones lost their lives inside the place they said would teach us to read and write. The ones who survived grew into broken adults, unable to cope with everyday life, unable to parent from the gap left inside them, endangered and angered. Little did they know they were raising a new generation of babies born to be warriors, protectors, and culture connectors. We are the descendants of genocide survivors, strongest of the strongest, ultimate willpower. Strongest of the strongest, ultimate willpower. Oh, we're lost, but not wandering far. Broken homes, not broken spirits, we are the resistance.
Every child matters.
Oh, we're lost, but not wandering far. Broken homes, not broken spirits, we are the resistance. We are guided by our bodies, reconnecting in ancient ways. I walk the land to gather medicine. I'm understanding the plants and trees. I sing our songs on the water as the waves carry me. I ask for guidance from my ancestors. Here I feel their energy. My hands reach to create. Through culture and art I find my way. My body craves to dance. I hear the chanting of my people. My feet feel the earth. My heart beats to the drum as I become one with my spirit. To heal is to nurture, forgive and let go. To heal is to move forward, find peace with your soul. To heal is to be free, dream, be, believe, and know you are more. To heal is to love and love again until love is all you know. Oh, we're lost, but not wandering far. Broken homes, not broken spirits, we are the resistance. Oh, we're lost, but not wandering
I'm still here. I'll be here for as long as I can be to help any survivors out there from the residential school issue.
Hey, what's cooking, everybody? It's DJ Cookum here, coming at you from the beautiful lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. I am so honored to be able to work and live in this beautiful territory. I am Nakota Sioux and Dene from the Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation and Cold Lake First Nations. I am so proud to be Indigenous. It is so important to be proud of who you are. As Indigenous people, we've come such a long way. You know, they tried to wipe us out, but we're still here. There's so much to be proud of. And if you didn't get the chance to grow up around your land or your culture, just do the best you can to learn, because no matter what, that is who you are, that is where you come from, and that is where your ancestors are from. I've been working in the music and film industry for just over 10 years now. I've traveled the world DJing. I work on various Indigenous TV productions as a video editor and a music supervisor. You know, I've worked long and hard and made many sacrifices to be where I am today. One thing that motivated me to be a DJ and be in the film industry, I mean, besides for the love of it, was to create space not only for females, but for Indigenous people in these worlds. Because let's face it, it's a male-dominant world, and we need more Indigenous representation in the media. We've been stereotyped and discriminated for way too long, and I'm here to tell you that not all Indigenous people use blankets for curtains or butter knives for door locks. You know what I mean, though. You get the point. It's not easy being a First Nations person. We come from so much trauma, intergenerational trauma, racism, abandonment, broken relationships, broken promises, loss of culture, loss of language. I mean, the list goes on. You know that saying, what breaks us makes us stronger? We are beautiful people. We are rich in culture, family values, and traditions. We are capable of accomplishing anything we put our minds to. We are DJs, we are filmmakers, we are artists, we are doctors, lawyers, and business owners. We are beautiful. We are strong and resilient. We are the First Nations people. Happy National Indigenous History Month. Much love to everybody. I hope you are all staying safe and staying proud of who you are.
Yo, Darukla Kinwa Answawiskia Nugwa. Hilanukwa Kukla Tasklumdu. Hilant Kukla Ajwastla Os du Kolas du Baquisla Sachsu du Sisaiquimus. I'll repeat what I said in English. Hello, I am a person who watches over a place. Klemtu is my home. We live amongst the trees and berry bushes and many other plants and animals. I also just want to take a moment to acknowledge my ancestors, my loved ones who have passed on, my community and my family for standing by me. I also want to share a message with you all in regards to a term that has been used for the last 6 or 7 years, which is the reconciliation term. And the term reconciliation, if you look it up on for definition, means to make things right again or to make friends again. And I want to give a challenge out to all of you, Indigenous, Métis, Inuit, or not, to learn about Indigenous culture, learn about Indigenous languages, learn about the homeland that you may be residing on. You may or may not know this, but the province of BC, much of the province of British Columbia, is untreated, unrelinquished, Indigenous-owned land. And For me, I feel like the government is needing to do their part in acknowledging the jurisdiction of the land of the Indigenous peoples of BC and also of Canada. And I want to challenge you to be louder through learning your language, songs, culture, and learning your homelands. This is to my Indigenous family and friends and peers. You're doing an amazing job, and keep fighting. Don't stop. Way.
And the last song I'll sing is a Yo-Yo Slalom. It's a killer whale song. We as water people living here in the Squamish territory, once again Vancouver and our traditional lands, some of you may know Stanley Park, but each time we travel on the waters, we always ask the water people to guide us to our next destination safely. And one of our dear cousins, Latash Maurice Nahaney, received the song in 1993, and he gave the Squamish people permission to share with each and every one of you. And you guys may use it if you learn it. The Killer Whale song is a guidance song while once again we're on the waters to a next destination. Iat is we work together in a canoe paddling together so that we can reach our destination in good mind and good health. Especially working together. We know that this pandemic affects each and every one of us. So with this journey song, this canoe song, I ask each and every one of you, my dear people, to do the best that you can to help your brother and sister that may be ill at this time or even in good health, so that we can keep ourselves fit to look after other ones that are ill. Yo-Yo Slalom, Killer Whale song. Thank you all.
Inspired by Channing's story and Gord's call to build a better Canada, the Gord, Downie, and Chanie Wenjack Fund aims to build cultural understanding and create a path toward reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. DWF aims to improve the lives of Indigenous people by building awareness, education, and connections between all people in Canada. The relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people is foundational to Canada and critical to its future. I myself am inspired by the fund because a lot of the ways that I reimagine our future is together. And we're not going to be coming into a place of reconciliation before we come into a place of understanding and acknowledgement of the truth, and before we can reconcile within ourselves. And so I'm really looking forward to being a part of not only in this event, but being a part of reimagining a new future for Canada, and one that is inclusive of all races, diversities, and creates equity between all nations. Thank you so much for joining the DWF Indigenous History Month virtual event for BC specifically. I invite you to check out the other virtual events happening online this month. Not only that, but to celebrate and continue to support Indigenous influencers, creators, artists, musicians, designers, and support Indigenous businesses and brands. And if you have the means to donate to an Indigenous-led organization or nonprofit that is doing the work on the ground level within the community, this is how we begin to build relationships, and this is how we begin to reconcile, first within ourselves and then also each other. A prophecy that I think of is a 7-generation prophecy. It's taken 7 generations for us to get to this point within humanity right now, and it's going to take 7 generations for us to heal and to begin to rebuild the next 7 generations. And so thinking of your intentions, but also the impact that you will have on the world and humanity. So what legacy do you want to leave behind for the next 7 generations, having that 7-generation prophecy in your mind? And if you want to learn more information, you can subscribe to the DWF email, and you can also follow them on Instagram. We'll take it here. And you can also follow me at matriarch.movement and my own personal Instagram at Shayla0H. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you find ways to continue to celebrate within your own community and maybe at home yourself. Hi.